What's up, guys? Quinn and Eric with 74 Weld here to bring you an update on a new product line that we are releasing. This is a project that we've had in the works with CURRIE Enterprises for 6 months, and most people didn't notice it. Casey actually had this under his Jeep and was wheeling this out at Easter Jeep Safari this year. But this is essentially our ultimate front package that we are releasing, and I'll break it down for you a little bit. So we stick with a 44 center section because with a portal and the minimal amount of lift you're going to want on top of this, a 60 is just not going to fit. We've gone down this road, we've tried it, take our word for it, it doesn't. So we start with a 44 housing. This is going to run typically a 410 ring and pinion. So that's a very strong gear set. You're not losing strength there. One of the cool things about this is Eaton has now released a 35 spline electric locker inside of this CURRIE housing. And so that allows you to run 35 spline shafts that come out to 1480 forged yokes out here. So you get to run essentially a big Dana 60 joint in this, and then we'll move a little further out and talk about our stuff. So this is running essentially a hybrid knuckle that we've developed. It runs, essentially this is, the inner knuckle here is based on an 05 Plus Super Duty. So this is the same knuckle that the Dana Spicer UD60s run. And what this allows us to do is utilize everything around the Dana 60 front end that we want, which is massive lower ball joint. And we'll talk about the upper ball joint here in a second. Eric will go into detail on this. But then what we did is we essentially took a Dana 60 outer knuckle and grafted into that the ability to put our portal on, and then changed all the steering pivots to factory JL. In addition, we put both tie rod and drag link on both sides. Now, if you're in the US, you're only going to use one steering pivot on this side. It's a standard style, standard drag link, and the tie rod is going to connect from the bottom up. But this also opens us up because we get requests for people with right-hand drive vehicles. This set will support right-hand drive. And I guess before we work too much further on the way out, it's worth, Eric, dive into the upper ball joint and tell us what we did different.
Yeah, so the upper ball joint, we basically have it as a disassemblable, rebuildable ball joint, and most of that actually has to do with assembly of our portal unit onto the axle.
Yep.
So, you know, Dana 60 ball joints, they're relatively large, especially the upper ball joint. I mean, the stud is really, really long. So, you know, when you're assembling everything, if you've ever looked at our JL assembly videos, we split the case halves and then kind of, you know, finagle the knuckle onto the axle while the shaft has already been installed. With the Dana 60 ball joints, they are so big and beefy that we actually can't fit the knuckle onto the C of the axle with the shaft in there. So what we did was we went with a design where you have a uniball inside of the knuckle, and then basically we have a 4340 hardened pin that you drop into that uniball, and then it's fully sealed, greasable, with just, you know, the regular cam alignment on top for that.
So talk a little bit about how we seal it and why they care about a sealed uniball versus just a standard uniball.
Yeah, so I mean, if you've run uniballs on like an IFS or something like that, you know that they wear out fairly quickly. And so it was important for us to seal this uniball. I mean, even on solid axle, they'll wear out too. we're basically we're using a shaft seal on the upper pin and then just an O-ring and grease zerks on the lower. So what we're doing is we're able to pump this chamber with the uniball full of grease, which is going to keep contaminants out. And contaminants are really what are going to kill your uniball, getting dust and everything into that PTFE liner.
Yeah, dust and dirt will end up scarring and eating the Teflon liner on it, and that's typically why uniballs go out quickly.
Yeah.
If you seal that and prevent dirt and debris from getting in there, they're extremely strong, we know that, but they're also, the life of them is greatly extended, and this is, well, you run it's a totally different design, but a prime example of this is Dynatrack Pro Steer ball joints.
Yeah, it's very similar, where it's a uniball inside of a cup with a pin in it. And then, if you ever need to change that joint, you swap out the uniball instead of pressing a whole housing in and out of your axle. So, and then one more note on the assembly and packaging on here too, is that this joint that, you can see on the yokes on that side, that's the largest joint that we can fit into this package and still be able to install the knuckle. So, people think 05 Super Duty, you think 1550 U-joints. This is a 1480 U-joint. One of the big benefits of a 1550 is increased steering angle. With this 1480 forged yoke from CURRIE, you can get 50 degrees of steering, so you're not sacrificing that, and you have the 1480 yoke upstream of your gear reduction in the portal hub.
Yeah, so working out to the portal, it's a standard Gen 2 outer. Nothing really too much to note on that. One thing that this package does have on it is bigger brakes. So you want to talk briefly about this stuff?
Yeah, so this is our Willwood Aero 6 upgrade for Jeep. So if you buy one of our off-the-shelf, Jeep sets for your JL or JT, this is an upgrade that you can go to. We have a streetable Q compound brake pad on there. So, typically these will come with the race pads, but then it sprays brake dust everywhere, and in 10 miles, your wheel will be completely black.
Yeah.
So they stop real well, and it's also available on our Ranger Raptor platform. But
the rotor. So this is a Willwood Spec 37 rotor. It's directional, it's vented. This is Willwood's kind of premium line. This is the same rotor that we run on several Ultra 4s and trophy trucks. It's a really badass setup. And this Willwood kit is now kind of standard across all of our platforms on Gen 2. So, if you have a Toyota, but you look at this and you go, oh, I want that kit, we have it available in both 6 lug and 8 lug. And we've tried to standardize that. So it's essentially the same caliper bracket across all platforms. You're going to have a different hat depending on your lug pattern, and then the same rotor across everything. Anything we missed?
If you're a JK guy out there and you've been butthurt because we don't make portals for JK, now we have an option for you. Go on CURRIE's website. You can buy this whole package, bolt into your JK, but we're not going to reuse your factory front caliper. You have to run the Willwood stuff. Sorry,
but this is like kind of a premium package. I mean, clearly, I don't want to say it's no expense spared, but this is a premium product. So, we've built 4 sets of these in the last couple of weeks. Every single one has gotten Willwood, the Willwood upgrade brake package, because it's just that different level. Like if you're looking for the best of the best, this is a super sick package. So any questions on this package or anything regarding our solid axle stuff, JL, JK, JT, throw them in the comments. We can answer them. Yes, you could get this as a bare housing and stick it underneath something different. I know we're going to do a 70s Scout with this package. Sure, random, but no problem. And anything else, throw it in the comments. We'll try to get it answered. Did I miss anything?
I think that's about it.
Cool. We'll catch you guys on the next one.